Good evening, my name is David. I'm an alarm. We've got to the server of Joyous Win.
Hello.
And today we're on Pipeline, the ever popular first kart race map. I quite like Pipeline. I've got a soft spot for it.
I'm not so keen on this part of the map. The second stage, is the second stage the uphill bit? No, that's the final bit, isn't it?
Yeah, the final bit. For me, that's always quite a bit of fun there.
Middle stage is definitely my favourite then, just because it's really, really good for NGs. This part is okay.
Yeah, I know. Let's see what's on the teams today. Well, teams again, server's straight away full. It's really hard to get in here. It feels like that bit in Raid the Lost Ark with Indiana Jones. We're basically struggling to get into his office with the sheer amount of students in the way. And calm the tone down, guys. Come on. Now, anyway, carts. Well, red cart is moving. Blue cart's not so much. Yeah, no.
Yeah, this is pretty much as it is at the moment. Yeah, it took a hell of a long time. I'm not sure whose stickies they were. I think they might have been Zootons, perhaps. But yeah, there was a bunch of stickies right at the start point, and no one had gotten rid of them. So yeah, while Red are sort of killing stuff, they're not. You know, they're moving the cart, but they're not actually killing everybody on Blue.
Yeah, that's the thing. Blue team's still kind of alive. I mean, actually, at the moment, Blue team has got a couple of odd class choices going on at the moment. We haven't seen some mainstream combat right now. Most of the time, the carts are there, but the other teams, I think, are doing some serious flank workery right now. Oh no, who was that? Steve the Hippo trying to get in on that, but just couldn't land it. That's the thing, you gotta be careful with those carts. The thing is, you always have one guy looking behind the cart just for that reason.
And the problem is now, you know, this is kind of the problem with this part of the map, is the fact that, you know, Red go directly past Blue's spawn, and it's kind of just open to spawn camping.
Yep, that's the thing, and to be fair, this is looking like a very one-sided fistfight right now. Red is on the winning kitten track. And there you go, that's a win right there. Okay, round two. Now let's see what's going on here with the teams. Well, from the looks of it, yeah, there's Shaggy. I think, yeah, quite a few of the guys are in. I think, is Pit in today? Yeah, there's Pit. Well, at least Pit or Bubble. Again, they keep changing their names. You know. Well, to be fair, they always change it back when there's something going on with the tournament going on. So I think, they want the fame for that. The thing is, though, one thing I like about the payload race maps is that there's no real kind of problem in terms of like pushing the cart. If you just push the cart, it will stay there. You don't have to keep an eye on it too much.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, really, it's quite odd, because most of the time, especially on public servers, these maps like go on forever, and there's no real reason for that to happen. You know, they're quite short maps. I think it's just really, you know, obviously Hightower's the main example, but I think everybody sort of just assumes, you know, TDM, let's have fun, let's not play. Yeah,
that's the problem with TDM. It's kind of got a bad reputation at the moment. Well, there's the initial attack in the tunnel. There's Arcades there, just deciding to own everything up that side. This is not looking good for Blue team. We're seeing some brown trousers time right here. Thing is, though, with this map, though, for me, one of the lost gems of this map is the upper end segment. I mean, that is beautiful. If you know your map, this is a lovely place to be in for like Soldier and Demo Man. You can get in right behind the enemy team without them knowing.
Yeah, it's kind of cool as well, the fact that, you know, you can hide pretty well on this map. There's some nice little sort of dark corner areas where, you know, as long as you haven't got basically the most blatant unusual in the world, you can sneak around. You know, even as a sniper, you can do some pretty good work if you're good at aiming down into spawn.
I have a distinctly bad feeling here that some sort of scrambling is going to be in order for the next game or so. I have a feeling Red's team is basically just absorbing all the talent for the time being. But that will happen, though. To be fair, I think when we start the next full round, we'll give it a good old scramble, see where it goes. Well, scramble. That's kind of the point. I agree. The thing is with scramble for me, I like it because otherwise servers start dying, and games get really boring really quick.
Yeah, there's a very fine line between having a fun game where one team is doing quite well, and then you just cross that line and you go into horrible stomp territory, and there's really no point being on the opposing team to someone like that. You may as well just quit playing.
This is the thing we're saying from some of the other servers. The Valve servers are pretty damn good at policing that. They kind of scramble just as par for course really every now and again, and they have those scramble votes in. Scarlet's pretty damn good as well because it's essentially like the 2-minute auto win or domination balance or kill thingy, and it scrambles the teams. It's great for that reason. But I really hate back in the older days when teams tried to stack really hard, and it just made the game incredibly not fun. True, because there's some kind of freedom and that kind of stuff, but no, you're just basically being a bunch of douches that can just stomp one team and, kind of get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, as much hate as the Valve servers get, they do work, and I mean, admittedly now with the not being able to join spectator if your teams are already somewhat unbalanced, that kind of annoys me because sometimes you need to go spectate, but still, yeah, they are, there's a reason why they're the popular servers, and I don't think it's just because it's by the people who made the game.
Nah, I think with the Valve servers is the biggest reason, in my opinion, why the Valve servers get so much attention is because they play every map except Hydro. You'd be a special kind of crazy to play Hydro. But that's the thing, though. They play every map, and this is the problem when you got these servers who are basically complaining about quick play, and then they go for all the mainstream maps and then fight between themselves, and then none of them play like the other maps that don't really get much attention. Anyway, let's look at the blue team though. I mean, Error the Nerd there, he is really having a go trying to push the cards heavy, and Bubble Fist is with him. This is looking good. Okay, blue might come back here. Can they actually force a win? Is this possible?
Yeah, I think, Red have pretty much, they've just kind of petered out. They had a hell of a good offense in the first place because they pretty much managed to get the cart where it is in a single push, but that's been, 3 or 4 minutes now of doing nothing. So if blue can just be consistently alright, I reckon they could quite easily pull it out the bag.
Yep. Oh, you might want to put the no votes on there, just saying.
It is on.
Cool, right. Anyway, let's see what's going on here, though. But yeah, red's still precariously close, and that's the thing with Pipeline, though. Because there's no loss in it... Oh, look, there we go. Bow there. Yeah, that's how you play the game. Just nudge that cart. And then there's Arcades there. Arcades? Answer on a postcard, please. But yeah, this is not looking good. To be fair, I haven't seen much engineering work yet. This is one... again, I'd love to see a good pro engineer in the group somewhere. We've always got a lot of good demo men, soldiers and that, but it always falls down the engineers. But that's nice work there. That kind of weird game show feel of, the preliminary rounds, which you did stuff. Yeah, they're fine, but they mean nothing. I mean, look, blue's already matched red. All the progress of the previous 2 rounds undone with some guy pushing a cart.
Yeah, it is very much a game show kind of feel. And it's kind of like school as well, you go through 13, 14 years of school, and then you realise, oh wait, everything you did before this final exam means nothing. Yeah,
I know, it's such a piss take. That's why I hate coursework in the beginning, but I love it now. Exams are such bull, because, it's like, test your memory right now. I know there's some working out, but if you're doing something like a history course like that, it's kind of annoying. You try to remember absolutely everything, even though they harp about being an analytical skill. But yeah, enough about my fresh rage. Anyway, though, looks like red there. You kind of had to go on the cup. This is one thing I love about this particular map, though. It kind of puts the game back on its head again. You need to touch the cart to make progress still. Leaving it is going to basically go back to good old-fashioned cart pushing games, where the cart will roll back, but this time immediately and with force.
Yeah, it's quite odd actually. On this map, you kind of expect to see just your standard payload rule of a heavy just sat on the cart, but there hasn't been even a hint of that happening so far. It does seem to be pretty much a soldier playground. I think the base jumper really helps with that because it's such a high skybox.
Also, what is this? Blue's winning the game? This is what I'm saying about the game show element coming in here. Red team owning most of the game for the time being, and blue is now critically ahead. And, oh no, who died and fell on the floor? I think that was Party Mark. I don't know who that was, but that was just hilarious. I'm a pyro, I'm going to hurt you. Nah, and, oh dear. But yeah, this is not looking good for red team. They kind of regained the field again, but blue have that cart push up significantly. Well, looking at red though, they're getting themselves organised again.
Yeah, this is one of the few maps actually where you can't really orchestrate any sort of really good spawn count, just because there's what, 4 exits for a team to leave from, so pretty much any way they can get out.
Oh no, the cart, it fell all the way back down the hill. Oh, all that pushing. Oh dear. And red team morale has suffered incredibly. I mean, to be fair, I always have the same reaction. For fuck's sake, somebody touched the cart. But yeah, no, blue, that was an excellent play there. Just stop that moving. Just not on the breath. You stay down. But hell, to be fair to red though, blue haven't done anything with their own cart. They've kind of got to a front point and thought, you know what? Yeah, we were good here. We'll be fine. And then they've not really got on it.
Yeah, I mean, red, by the looks of it, yeah, red are definitely killing more people, but you know, blue are just barely moving it. I mean, they are just slowly pushing 1 cap rate on the cart. That is so slow.
Steve the Hippo. This is the thing, you've got to be careful, you've got to make sure you got a hand off. It's like a relay race, don't drop the baton. And look at blue here though, they're making it work. Red's cart is still at the bottom, sorry, and look at Party Martin right there. The morale is, you know, is failing. And blue, oh no, they went to kill the soldier and forgot to grab the cart again. What is it with you guys? Pretty much, you know, cart pushing ADHD. Oh look, a pyro, kill him. And then, you know, this is where, you know, if you're playing with a pub team, this is probably what happens. They get way too much absorbed in COD team killing game and then forget that actually an objective exists. But look at red though. Okay, they're getting on this. Can they win this back? They're not be subject to foolishness. Oh, Kiriko, that was a nice, good old-fashioned stair stab. That was, or more a ramp stab. Does that exist? Oh no! Look, red's gonna win this in the last hurdle. And who's on the cart? Scar's on the cart. He's on fire, magical fire, and okay, the carts have equalised. Red are coming back in this game. Blue nearly had this, but again, dropping the cart was the worst idea. This is where, you know, I go things like, you know, soldier with a pain train and play the what's it, black box loadout, the special one. Basically, make you incredibly strong on the cart and just keep pushing it. Just do that for the entire time, and you'll get to places.
This area as well, actually, because it's not that long to stay on the cart, and most people, like you said, kind of get a bit tunnel visioned into just killing stuff. It's quite a good area for deburring and spies, because, you know, you've got a second chance to go back on the cart, really, and it's quite a good idea if you have to cap yourself. But red have still managed anyway, sadly.
Red have won that. Blue came so close to stealing the game, but red finally have it. Nicely done, red team.